You know, I feel pretty confident that with this episode to prepare, we'll be ready to make the ATM star. Let's get into it. So, in the last episode, we went through and we made almost everything that I needed to for this Nexium emitter. Some of it was a little bit confusing, but I managed to get my singularity, and now all that really remains on that one is some stuff from industrial foregoing. No, immersive engineering. And luckily, I should be able to go through this and use this little bit over on the side here to make myself the Tesla coil. It has the process laid out for me. It shows me the blocks that I need to make. So we're going to get that done first. And then all we need to do is go through and work out how to make this Oblivion shard. A Rose of Oblivion, World's Eye. That's going to involve going into Nature's Aura and making some stuff, but hopefully shouldn't be too difficult to make. We'll see how we go. For starters, let's do the immersive engineering stuff. Oh, I got the singularity. Nice. So, I've got the engineer's workbench. I made some creosote oil. The next thing that I wanted to do was coke dust. To do that, I needed either a crusher or some crushing wheels, and that's why I made the crushing wheels in the last episode. So now that we have that, I should be able to grab this coal coke and just let it run through there. Now these are pretty slow, so it's not going to be super quick, but hopefully it'll get us what we need. And we shouldn't really need to use these again, I don't think. Any second now. You got this. Come on. Yeah, these are really slow. Ah, there we go. And that is our coke dust. So we're going to get into making this squeezer. Navigating through our engineer's manual, you can find the squeezer in the heavy machinery category. This is a multi-block structure that we'll use to squeeze out the coke dust into HOP graphite dust. Smelt this down to create the ingot. Okay, so I'm going to go into the engineer's manual, which I should be able to make using this, immersive engineering, and it was in the heavy machines, the squeezer. Okay, I'm going to have to work out what these blocks are. Maybe to learn what those blocks are, we'll go through this multi-block business here. Yeah. If we look inside here, I've already got the scaffolding. I think I've used a decent little bit of that, but I'm going to press A on my keyboard on these things. And just hopefully, yeah, they've added over here to the side. Now, a lot of these things I think are pretty achievable to make. I may need to make a little bit of steel, but that's fine. I've got plenty of that growing. Yeah, I'm going to need to make a bunch of steel plates. Maybe I set it up to do it with one of these rather than wasting my hammers. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, some things. Now I do have a little bit of something going on here, so why don't I grab that and speed things up? We put that there. How does, actually, one more combo to get some speed again. Oh, not like that. One and two. Oh, I overstressed it. Haha, that's fine. How about I just do this? If I take some steel and just... yeah, perfect. Make myself some steel plates, and then I can go through and craft up a bunch of this. Now, while it's hitting things over there, these are all kind of going to need steel plates and iron plates. Yeah, I'm going to need steel plates for that. I'm going to need iron plates for that. Okay, probably best for me to just make up a bunch of plates from both varieties. Do I perhaps set up a better system? You know, there is something that I always wanted to do in this playthrough, and I'd like to do it before we finish. On the boat. Let's get this moving. Yeah. Why not? Ta-da! Okay, I think I've managed to get it all connected using this super glue. It's pretty wild the amount of different spots that I was trying to make sure I hit, but it seems like everything is connected there. Now, if I go like this, it does say it's doing 8,100 stress units already. Even though it doesn't have any of the sails attached to it, I guess the wool works the same. If that's the case, that's great. The only problem is, this is where we had the library set up. So it's not the best spot for using this power from. But I'm thinking that maybe we can just sneak back in here and use a ridiculously sized windmill bearing to just crush some things. So if I go out the back here, shrink myself down a little bit, and let's see if we can get the energy from that down into here. Yeah. Now, I don't think I went too far back on that. Actually, no, I did. I went right back to that second layer. So I'm going to have to just creep in here and gain access to a couple of these things. We'll use one of those. Luckily, I prepared a few of these belts earlier, so I'll connect that there. Add some of this for mechanical looking stuff because it's fun. Do the same thing here and we'll bring that through. Then all I need to do is grab my mechanical press from up over in that room. I got stuck. Just here. Oh, it's good to have that spinning. I should have done that so much earlier. We'll take that and put it right there. Now we could probably speed this up a little bit. Let me just see how it goes like this though. Maybe I got to put that actually underneath it. Oh, yeah, we're really going to speed this up. Something that could be good to go with is this rotational speed controller. I'm pretty sure I could make myself one of these pretty quick. Getting a little bit distracted and diverted, but I think it'd be worth it. And it's a bit of fun. And boy, do I need some fun as I'm getting near the end of this. It's become a bit of a drag. So let's make ourselves a few fun things before we continue on and get this star done. Now with this, I should be able to just open this up a little bit, and this goes on there. We need a large cogwheel to go on there. I'm going to crank this up to 256, even though that may break it. Let's see. Nope, it's only using 2048 out of the 8000. Perfect. I guess now all I'll do is grab some of this and I should be able to crush up my steel very quickly now. Yeah, much better. So now I should be able to go through, crush up a bunch of iron, a bunch of steel, and get myself all of the materials that are required for making these sheet metal, for making the mechanical components of different types. Yeah, this will be good. So I'll just sit here and listen to this thing thump away. I know I could make these by using the hammers, but I'm sick of crafting them. And it's also a little bit of fun to have one of these set up. So see you in a second. We'll see if we can make some more of that immersive engineering stuff. Yeah, back to progress on the star. Now I have all of these pieces that I need for the multi-blocks, and I can grab gold site. Cool. We could go on to make the fermenter, but I think we'll make this squeezer first to get ourselves this graphite ingot. So if we have a look at heavy machinery and a squeezer, I can actually follow this, I believe. There we go. So I can see the process here. I'm going to have to also make a piston by the looks of things, but for now, this should be easy enough. Wish there was a way to rotate it. Oh, it even shows if I have the required materials. I need 1 piston and 4 wooden barrels. Good to know. Piston, have one of those, and wooden barrel. I have 2. We can make a couple more. Okay, wonderful. So now if I look at this, it doesn't actually say I have stuff. Ah, there's an immersive engineering one. Okay, good to know. To make that, I'm probably going to have to make a little bit more of this creosote oil, which I did work out a way to do that. It was using, right, my coke oven just here. So turning anything into coke will have a byproduct of oil. So I do have a bunch of these blocks of coal. If I just chuck that in there, we should build up a little supply. There we go. This is going to take a little minute because it is the block of coal. It's going to take a second to burn this down. But once it's done, I should have the things that I need. And then we can get to building this. Now, I think I could start the process anyway. So this is a 3x3. And I need to add some things in this order. So like that. And then 2 here, a light engineering block, one of these fluid pipes, and let me watch this back. Fluid pipes, blah, blah, blah. I wish there was a way to see which one it was. That one looks like one of these. Must be another fluid pipe. Yeah, like that. Not exactly sure why this one doesn't look right, but hopefully that does the trick. From there, it is the barrels, a redstone block on that side. Dupe. Okay, we need you to do the thing. Just gotta wait for it. I don't think I can speed this up. Doesn't look like it. Okay, just gotta wait a second. I probably should have just put some normal coal in there. This has taken like 7 or 8 minutes so far. Oh well, it's fine. Hopefully we get a decent amount of this oil out of it though. Nice. That was just one. Yeah. Well, for now we can grab this and I'll leave it working in the background. So I just want to make myself some treated wooden planks, make myself some of this and a couple of barrels. Nice. Those barrels go here, 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 and here. And now I can continue to watch this. It's just 3 fences. And somehow I'm meant to get this piston facing downwards. Let's see if it'll just work anyway. Where do I hit it? Formed by using a hammer on the central wooden barrel. How about this? Nope. I guess it does have to be down. Can I just change this direction using this, maybe? Nope. I can rotate it. How about then I try and rotate it like this? Okay. So, there we go. We've got ourselves a squeezer. Now all I have to do is put some coke dust through there and it'll squeeze it into this graphite dust and then I can smelt that into an ingot. So we've got the coke dust. I put that in here, I would assume, and activate it. Oh, it might require power, doesn't it? Yeah. I think it's about time I made myself a couple of extra connectors. Or, nah, I can just use this. Where can I apply power to this? Like that. Nice. It's doing the thing. 16 made 2 graphite dust. Okay. Nice. Might take a little smelter over there at some point, but for now, just put that through there. And graphite. I got some graphite ingots. Very nice. And I can use that to make this HV accumulator, which I have everything for. Perfect. I think that means that the last thing I need is this stuff. And I'm pretty sure I have everything but this Duraplast sheet. And that's what this little line down here is for. Yeah, cool. So next we're going to make a fermenter, also in the heavy machinery part. If we go in here and have a look at that, I should probably have all of the stuff. All right, let me start again. I need to do exactly the same as the base of that. We're going to go in line with this. Those, one of those, and 2 pipes. From there, it required some iron sheet metal and 4 cauldrons. Make 4 of those. Nice. And I got to remember how to spell cauldron. C-A-L. Wait, is there an immersive engineering one? No. Worth checking. So the next layer up requires 4 cauldrons, like that. One of these and one of these. And then 4 of those on the top. Then I should be able to just do that. And there we go. We've got ourselves a fermenter. Cool, iron ingot. The fermenter, I'm not exactly sure what we use it for, but the next thing that we want to make is a refinery. And that one's a little bit bigger. It only requires 16 iron sheet metal though. I've got everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the middle of each of those is some fancy blocks. First time using this heavy engineering block, that's nice. And pipes all through the middle. Next layer up also requires heavy and light with a redstone, and then a bunch of these. Take that back, thank you. Okay, Just like that, I think. Then I use my hammer on here. Ta-da! Now I'm going to have to steal another one of these. And what does it want me to do? Silver plate. Okay, this one, I might use my hammers. There we go. I'll take that. Nice. Now to make this, I'll need to build another refinery to further refine the acid. I got to make two? Fair enough. So let's go back through this a little bit. Fermenter. This can be given different kinds of plants to break down into ethanol. Makes sense. Let's give it some power. Let's find the immersive engineering ethanol. And yeah, any plant I suppose will do. Do I have potatoes? I got some. Likely I also need some buckets. Maybe in here? Yeah. Bucket of ethanol. That ethanol is probably going to get used in the refinery. Let's take a look. The multi-block will be used to convert ethanol into acetaldehyde, using silver plates. Note to pump liquids out of the machine, use a fluid pipe out of the front. Oh, did I just accidentally put some ethanol in the wrong place? Ah, thank goodness. So, the catalyst here being these silver plates, we put that in there. Can I put that in the right spot? Looks like it maybe. We're going to add that over here and have a look how that works. Needs to be a decent amount of ethanol by the looks of things. Right now, it's at 1,000 microbuckets or millibuckets. I think it probably needs to be at 8. But we're going to need some more materials. Pretty sure I got some melon slices. Melon. Yeah, nice. We'll let that break down. That's 5, 6, and I'll get the 7th and 8th. After looking at this ethanol here, shows that watermelons only give 20, but the honey bottles here will output 250. If I take these back and pop in honey bottles, which I can make using this 335,000 honey essence I have, like so. I'm just going to grab a bunch of those and put them in there, and then I've easily got the buckets that I needed. So now, I hope... Oh, it probably needs power too. Let's take the power from here. Maybe I didn't even need that much. Okay, we're making this acetaldehyde. With that, I should be able to put these buckets in here and take a bucket of the acetaldehyde. And from there, we need to make another refinery to turn it into phenolic resin. So let's remake one of these over here. See if I can remember how to do it. If I can do this from memory, I'll be very impressed with myself. And I just whack it. Yeah. Look at me go. Okay. From there, I'm just going to grab this power, place it on that, and we're going to put this acetaldehyde into here. What is the catalyst for that though? Let's see. Acetaldehyde in a refinery with creosote oil. Good to know. Well, if that's the case, I'm very glad that I decided to leave this running. Put that in there. And we're making phenolic resin. It obviously uses a lot more of this than it does that. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Do, do, do. And I've got bucket of phenolic resin. 3 of them. Look at me go. Now to finish off this little quest line, I've got to make a conveyor belt. Let's read this. Once you've acquired this liquid, you want to build one last multi-block machine, the bottling machine. Once built, you can insert the resin using a bucket on the machine. Using your engineer's workbench, make the plate mold and throw it into the conveyor belt. If done properly, the mold will fill with resin and give you Duraplast sheet. Okay, a bottling machine. This right here needs some conveyor belts, which is easy enough to make, and a fluid pump plus iron sheet metal. Fluid pump from Immersive Engineering. There we go. Well, this one can probably go right in the center. Sheet metal there. These, not like that, but like that. Redstone and light machinery. From there, we need to put 3 of these conveyor belts on here, probably a very particular way. Another sheet metal, light machinery, and that pump that we just made. Okay, then, oh, yeah, that's it. Ta-da! Now, this is going to need some power over here, which is kind of why I said I Really need to make some more of these. I could also use my flux points, but I've come this far. So that on there. And what did it say I needed to do? I need to make myself a plate mold. Steel plates. Metal press mold blueprint. Ah, interesting. That can go in there. We'll take these out. And I'll place the steel plates plus engineer's wire cutters. That will allow me to make a plate mold, which I believe is what I needed. And so all I should have to do here, it says, is insert the resin using a bucket on the machine, then using your engineer's workbench, make a plate mold and throw it onto the conveyor belt. Okay. So we somewhere... Nope. I just wasted so much of that by accidentally placing it in the same spot. Let me try this again. Nope. Does it need to go in with pipes? This is fine. It can store 8 buckets of fluid, which is input through the ports on the metal tank. Energy is input through the connection on the top. I've got the energy on there, don't I? I do. We'll be able to fill any container that has a filled version available, bucket, glass bottle, etc. It will also accept other items that can store fluids like mining drill and jerry can. The machine will hold onto the container until it is completely full or the machine is not being supplied with any more fluid. This allows it to fill even larger containers. So this Duraplast requires 250 mega buckets or micro buckets to make that, which we should have 1,000 in one of these buckets here. I guess my best bet is to probably use my knowledge that I have now, even though it would probably be smarter to hook this up over here. Yeah, let's do that. And something like that. Yeah, look at me. Then I guess if I use some fluid pipes and had lined this up properly, it's fine. It works like that. Place some power on there and I'll try and make some more of this. I really do need more power. I guess we're using the flux points. There we go. Some oil in there. Starts creating some of this resin. And will it go over into here? Maybe it's got to go into the back. Probably missing something as per usual. Honestly, my first thought is to do this and see whether that transfers any of this across. But it doesn't look like it is. I can, of course, take that, but I don't know how to place it into this machine. Let's read a little further. Input through the ports on the metal tank. Energy is input through the connection on the opposite side. Okay. Wait a second. I think this works. Seems to be emptying. If I now do this... very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Why did I have to use that to make it accept liquids? There's probably something in between that I just didn't quite pick up on, but we managed to make it work. Let's just make a couple more of these. Okay, with that, I should be able to put these on here, replace some of this stuff with different bits and pieces, and there we go. An advanced electronic component. I could put that away in there and make myself a Tesla coil. And with the Tesla coil, I can make myself a Nexium emitter. Aha! I did it. That feels good. I managed to make another one. And that one goes on the left. Beautiful. We can tick that off the list. All that's left is an Oblivion shard and the Patrick star. Of course I didn't keep the Tesla coil in my inventory. Did I make another one? Are you happy? Why does it say that I don't have it? It's in my inventory. Odd. Oh well. Also need to add to these, because a lot of these have started to hit their maximum input and it was causing things to lag up top. We were out of space. So I'm just going to put these upgrades on just about everything. That one's getting close and I'll upgrade that as well. Now the unobtainium is full. Oh, goodness. We got 1 million. There you go. You can go up to 8.4 million now. So, what we should be able to do now that we've got through and made ourselves a Tesla coil is hopefully just quickly follow this. And I don't think it's going to take me too much effort. It doesn't look like much as far as this goes. And if I go over here, it says to create the Oblivion shard for the star, you'll need to learn how to tap into nature's aura using rituals. For that, we'll need to make some shiny trees. Make brilliant fiber and use it on the crown of a tree. Over time, it will spread to the rest of the leaves and you can harvest the tree for gold leaves. So over here, I've cleaned everything up and I have brilliant fiber, which just needs a piece of grass. Okay, I have some shears. Let's grab some grass. I think I need to turn off my automatic swapping of tools because that didn't seem to work. There we go. Now I can make the brilliant fiber and not sure if it works on any tree, but I like how separate this one is. Let's do it on here. I guess I just need to wait and see whether or not that spreads. So I'll be back once it has. 96.13. Well, it's been about 7 or 8 minutes and that one hasn't really spread, but I did add a little bit extra to a oak tree that I grew and it's very slowly starting to spread. So while we wait for that to do things, I think we'll get started on the other processes. I just wanted to see how long it would take, just so I had a bit of an idea. But for now, one of the things that I can probably do is make some of this soul powder. And to do so, I can just grab some soul sand, we'll put that down in the ground just here, light it with some flint and steel, and just grab some of this glowstone. If we throw all of that in there, we get ourselves a bunch of this soul powder. Now I should turn my magnet off and just throw all of that in there and it does the stuff. With this, I can turn that into soul powder blocks, like so, and then those can compress into compressed soul powder blocks. And I think I need it exactly 4 because we use those surrounded by a soul sand block times 1, soul sand block times 1. Let's just craft that up and we'll take it into the tower. I think this spot here works well. A little bit of a ritual area. So if I grab that, surround it by these and light that on fire, then grab myself some iron blocks. Oh, I should be able to throw that in there. It'll do a thing, maybe. Possibly take a little bit of time. Or is it because it's not sitting in there properly? Let me do that like that. Okay. Oh, it consumes it. Interesting. But soul steel block. Nice. Okay. If that's the case, I'm going to need 3 more of these. And I'm going to need a decent little bit more of the soul powder. So, you guys can do your thing. Deep do. And they need to be compressed. That's enough for 2 more. I just need a little bit more. There we go. And plenty. Now, compressed soul sand in the middle. And we go through the process to make a few more of these. Compressed soul sand, compressed soul powder. Do. Nice. Very nice. So that gives me the soul steel blocks that I need, and I'm going to put those away. I've got a Rose of Oblivion already. All we have to do is make 2 of these World's Eye using the Nature's Aura stuff. And I think it should be simple enough to just get these gold leaves, right? If that's all that's required from it. Bottled darkness, huh? Don't exactly know how to do that. That might be from using it in the end. I do have this book though. Can I find out about bottled darkness? Boom. Any of this? Brilliant trees is a good one to look at, but I'm pretty sure I understand the concept. It's just a matter of creating this brilliant fiber and placing it on the top of a tree. Work that out in a second. How's the progress over here? It's doing a little bit. And this one's finally moved as well. Okay, cool. Well, while it does that, maybe we should quickly duck into the end and just see if I can remember. We've got some glass bottles here. Nyom. That's so fast. If we duck over here. No, that's an Ender Air bottle from Botania. Okay, worth a try. I knew there was something that if you did that. Plenty of those flowers around. And just a couple of eggs. I guess we're going to have to go through and find it. Ah, you got to complete advancements to unlock it. Okay, that makes sense. Well, since that has spread, I'm going to take this top one. Yeah, and give ourselves some advancements. We've got ourselves a golden leaf, which will give us some stuff in here. And obviously a book that we already have access to. But if we open this book now, yes, aura bottling. Bottled sunlight, bottled vacuum. What about darkness? Okay, so we can make a bottle and a cork to at least grab some. Based on the world that you are currently in, the type of aura collected will slightly vary. For instance, in a normal world, aura can be gathered in the form of sunlight, while in the Netherrealm, it can be gathered in the form of ghosts, and in the end, aura is present in the form of an overabundance of darkness. Okay, so bottle and a cork. This one. Let's just make 2 to be safe. If we head back to the end, will they do a thing? Swoopy. Soon after complaints from the uniformed civilians, blah, 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 blah. As such, to shut down the incoherent blabber, they created the bottle and cork, a utensil for collect an aura by simply interacting with the air while holding it. So I probably need to be somewhere where I don't click on the ground. There we go. Bottled darkness. We worked it out. That's something that does trick me sometimes, is my reach is so much now. You can see that from this distance, I'm indicating that I actually am touching that block. That sometimes I interact with blocks without meaning to, while intending to interact with the air. So that is everything. We just need these environmental eyes. Now we're going to have to make these wooden stands, I believe. I've made this stuff. I've done most of the stuff from there. Let's just get this Rose of Oblivion. There you go. And all that's left is to grab myself some gold powder and some wooden stands. Now it says I need 8 of these, which is going to need 8 golden leaves. So I am at this point still going to have to wait for this tree to convert a little bit more. I can see that it is starting to go through, but looks like I'm just going to chill out here for a little while, let it do its thing, and then we can get into it. Oh, solar panel. Nice. And a repair kit. Well, I'll be back in just a minute. So about 45 minutes later, most of this tree has done its thing and turned into the golden leaves. This one here hasn't. So I'm actually very glad that I decided to make this one. And it should be enough that I can just chop this down and all of those will turn into the golden leaves. Cool. Yeah, I got heaps from that. Fantastic. Now with that, I should be able to, I think, turn that into some golden powder. I think I needed 16 it said, but we'll make 20 because I accidentally clicked too much. And I need 8 of these wooden stands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That has all of this sorted. Now we go into the guidebook and navigate to the Ritual of the Forest in the Book of Natural Aura. This is a very basic ritual that requires growing a tree. You can click Visualize on the ritual to use as a guide while building it out. You'll need 16 golden powder from the golden leaves and 8 wooden stands. This is where you put your items. Gotcha. So if we go in here, Ritual of the Forest. Here we go. Visualize. And I can set up a structure. That's great. We're just going to place this right here. Ah, I see. So I place down this stuff. Use the golden powder on the ground. And then I need an oak sapling. Okay. And then the Ritual of the Forest, we can add different things on here to get different items. And I think what we're after is these environmental eyes. So I should be able to put a golden leaf, some gold, and a spider's eye. Luckily, I have plenty of spider's eyes. I've got my golden leaves, and I got plenty of gold. So a gold there, my leaves, and a spider's eye. And let's see if there's a way to activate the ritual. Together with the ritual, knowledge of tokens can be gained. Wooden figurines depicting key emotions created from trees infused with their respective symbols. Going forward, create the token of joy found in nature. So do I have to grow the tree, maybe? And then it gives me what I need? I feel like that's a decent assumption. Let's grab some bone meal. Oh, that's doing something. It removed the items. There we go. There's one of them. I just have to do that a second time, like this. Gold on there. That there. See if I can remember how it was. An oak sapling in the middle. And then it was like this. Oops. And do the same thing again. Nice. See, this one wasn't too hard. That's good. I'm glad I left it for the end. So, with those environmental eyes, we can put those away. Put everything away, actually. And I can make myself 1, 2 of those world's eyes. And then the Oblivion Shard. And this one, I actually did everything in the path. So I get my sword, which I'm kind of happy about and kind of sad about. Let's head up top. And I can put Master of Oblivion just there. And you can just go over here. So I believe the Oblivion Shard goes here. And all that's left is to make a Patrick Star. Simple. Now, that being said, I really wish I had these things. Master of the Undead, Master of Space, and whatnot. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. We're just going to go through, we're going to make our Patrick Star, and we're going to make our ATM Star. But that's for the next episode. Oh, I fell. We've done pretty decently to get through this one. I do know now at the end of filming this episode that I could have made the Tesla Coil, or I could have got the Tesla Coil by trading with some villagers. It's fine. I'm actually satisfied that I managed to go through and learn how to use the machines and whatnot and make one from scratch myself. And it all worked out in the end. But for now, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporters. In fact, thank you to everyone. I know we're not on the last episode, that's next time, but it's really been quite a journey, and I hope you've had a good time coming through this series with me and going through this mod pack. In the next episode, we're going to make our star and we're going to finish up in this world. But for now, until the next one, I hope you all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then. Got to get this book out here. Bye-bye, everyone. Whoop!